Hey everybody, it's Chris back with another review for the Blue Collar Beer Gourmet. Today I'm going to be reviewing a Belgian ale that arrived in a can, and that's the thing that I've been seeing more and more of. My man Chris sent me some Belgian ales from Taxman that were in cans, and I think what this actually means is that we're going to see more Americans making Belgians, and Belgians are going to be more accessible to the public at large. Belgians notoriously have been, bottled beers, usually arriving in strange amounts like 11.2 ounces, bottles that were clearly designed by people who go by the metric system, usually with monks on them or strange names that are difficult to pronounce. Um, and I think we're finally getting to a point in American brewing that Belgian has worked its way into our culture enough that you're going to start seeing an American version of Belgians all over the place. So today's selection is the Left Hand Study Abroad Belgian Style Single Ale. As it's described on the can, it has 4.5 ABV and 35 IBUs. I paid $1.69 for this. Normally would have been $1.99, but I had the coupon. And this beer is 8 months old. So here's the story, okay? Now, as you can see here, it says Belgian Style Single Ale. Well, on Beer Advocate, it's listed as a Belgian Pale. Belgian Pales usually come in between 4.8 and 5.5 ABV with 20 to 30 IBUs, making this just under the ABV range and just over the IBU range. Belgian Blonde, which is what Untapped calls it, usually comes in between 6.0 and 7.5 and ABV and has a 15 to 30 IBUs. This once again has 35, making it over. And the Trappist Single has a 4.8 to 6.0 ABV, and with IBUs between 25 and 45, this one with 35 comes within range. Now, on Untapped, 6 of my friends have given it a cumulative score of 3.67. 3,110 of us on Untapped have given it a cumulative score of 3.43. Beer Advocate was first reviewed on the 19th of August, 2017. 27 people have reviewed it, given it a cumulative score of 3.58, which is a very good on Beer Advocate scale. And Rate Beer, given out of 37 reviews, has got a cumulative score of 3.24, where they refer to it simply as a Belgian ale. Now, here are I'm going to do this really quickly. I don't want to bore you with a bunch of stuff, but I do want to give you the information regarding this. So I went to BJCP, Beer Judging Certification Program application. A Belgian Pale is described as being malty, fruity, copper, less aggressive, biscuity, toasty, honey, fading head, orange and pear flavor, low burn, nothing dominant in the flavor. This was popularized around after World War II. That's the Belgian Pale. The Belgian Blonde. Moderate strength, golden, fruity and spicy, subtle yet complex, good retention with Belgian lace, deep gold, and clear grainy, sweet flavor, sunburn, light hoppiness, medium body, and lager-like is how it's described. That's once again, the Belgian Blonde. And the Trappist Single. High carbonation, grainy, sweet, spicy or floral aroma, pale yellow to medium gold, persistent head with moderate lacing, honey, biscuit, clove. Should not have noticeable warmth. It's a modern variety that was actually introduced in the 20th century. It's oftentimes called Brothers beer, and it's usually a beer that doesn't make it outside of the monastery. It's the kind of beer that the monks make for themselves. So anyway, once again, that's the Trappist Single. Single ale is how it describes itself. Of those, at least if you look at the parameters, once again, the Trappist Single comes in 4.8 to 6.0, ABV 25 to 45. Now, at 4.5, this beer actually comes in below the ABV on any of those categories. However, at 35, it falls within the range of IBUs on Trappist Singles. So, I think I probably bored the hell out of you, and you're wondering why I'm going on and on about this. But the thing is, this is one of those deals where everybody has their own opinion on what a beer is. So, sometimes it can be a bit difficult, and I'm finding that to be the case with the two varieties that I chose to become more familiar with this year are brown ale and Belgian, and I am finding I don't know how else to put it other than I'm having a hell of a time learning the distinctions between these. And this is pouring almost a carrot color. That is a very persistent head. I mean, I can see popping of the bubbles, but not a whole lot. That seems to be going nowhere. That is very hazy. I'm not seeing, I cannot see through. What you're seeing is about, I'd say at least 2 shades, maybe even 3 darker than, you're seeing a much more bronzy color. This is more brassy in its color. And we've got, I would describe this as medium-high carbonation. Gonna bring it to the nose and see what we've got. Well, I'm smelling banana, I'm smelling a little bit of floral, a little bit of citrus, lots of malt. Um, Once again, Trappist single, high carbonation, grainy sweet, spicy or floral aroma, pale yellow to medium gold, persistent head with moderate lacing, honey biscuit clove. And I am catching a little bit of clove on this. Just the slightest bit. It's not very strong. It's not like some Belgians you bring up to your nose and it's almost like you've got a pack of clove cigarettes under your nose. This is not the case with this one, but I do smell the slightest bit of clove. Well, I think the only way we're going to learn whether this is a good beer or not is to drink it. So let's get to it. Cheers. Okay, going to describe that as about a medium-high mouthfeel. No alcohol burn, none whatsoever. So clean and crisp. This is probably one of the cleanest tasting Belgians I've ever had. Um, Slight sweetness, but not a whole lot. This is not overly sweet. If anything, I'd say the sweet grain is what I'm tasting more than anything. Those fruit esters that came through on the bouquet are not coming through on the tongue. This is it's not. It's very subtle. It's very subtle. This is a very subtle flavored beer. If you like if you're a Belgian fan and you like the super exotic spiciness and pepperiness and clove flavor and all that, it's not for you. I've honestly got to lean more towards Trappist single. I think that's what this is. High carbonation, grainy sweet, spicy or floral aroma, pale to medium gold, persistent head with moderate lacing, honey, biscuit, clove. Should not have noticeable warmth. I really think that's what this is. And the gang at Left Hand, they had this crazy idea that they'd put what kind of beer they made on the can right here, Belgian style single. So, despite being labeled Belgian Pale by Beer Advocate or Belgian Blonde by Untapped, I gotta go with Trappist Single. This has a sort of a modern flavor to it. That's another thing about Belgians. Belgians, even though I don't care if it was made within the past 6 months, Belgians just have an old flavor to them a lot of times, like something that was made in the 15th century and you're experiencing it now. I do see there's the lacing right there. That lacing hasn't gone anywhere. I'm thinking this is a Trappist single. And I'm thinking the gang at Left Hand actually knew what they were doing when they called it as such. So this is a good beer. It has a slight sweetness. You can see that lacing still ain't going nowhere. This persistent head, nice and clear, clean tasting. If you are trying to get, like me, if you're trying to get into Belgians, I'm going to recommend this highly, especially at $1.99 for a 12-ounce can. If you are trying to learn an appreciation for Belgians, this is the way to do it. This is definitely the beer to start with. So until next time, drink good beer, don't break the bank doing it, and cheers.